Hi everyone, and welcome to the MEP QAQC Pro channel. And today we are tackling a must-know topic for quality control: how to prepare an ITP or inspection test plan. If you want to nail your MEP inspection, stick with me. I will break down it in a simple step so you can be mastering on inspection test plan for the MEP project. See, for the QAQC engineer, this is a very important topic. How you can prepare yourself for the ITP, which is known as inspection test plan. I know if you are a QAQC, you are more familiar than this inspection test plan, which is a very important plan you need to do prior to start any work activity at site. So go. Let's dive into the and the inspection test plan, a comprehensive guide for the project QAQC engineer to create effective quality control framework for mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, any type of installation, testing, commissioning, and related things, whatever related to your project. So, what is an ITP? The quality roadmap, verification tools, and communication aid. If someone asks you how you can define an ITP, which is known as inspection test plan. So basically, an ITP is a quality road map which verifies the tools and communicate with the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders there? The contractor, client, consultant, and whoever are involved in that project. So what is the quality roadmap? A structured checklist for all the quality MEP quality checks throughout the project life cycle. So basically what it's trying to say here is a checklist which define the works for the related to the MEP as a life cycle. But whatever the works is going to be happen or happening at site, there should be a checklist which can define the quality. Or you can do the inspection of any work which has been done. There should be some checklist what you need to check at site. That is the checklist. The verification tool documents inspections and tests need to verify complying with standard. The tools is known as standard. So whatever inspection or whatever the checklist you are doing in the time of inspection, that should be complied with the standards. And all this quality roadmap and verification tool should be aligned with as a communication with the contractor, with the engineer, with the inspector, and the client, and a clear expectations. So that is all about an ITP. Why ITPs are essential in the MEP project or MEP construction project. So the first one is alignment. The second is in completeness, the compliance, and the last one is risk mitigation. What is alignment? So basically, it's create a unified understanding among all the projects. So whenever you prepare an ITP, it will show the the involvement of all the stakeholders and their understanding in the projects that all will be aligned there in the ITP. What is completeness? Ensure no critical inspection steps are overlooked. Means whenever you prepare an ITP, there will be an stepwise works. So that step should not be overlooked to another. It should be will go to the stepwise step in at the end of till the handing over of the project. An example will come in the end of the in our end of this video. You will see it how what is the completeness on that ITP. So there's one more is compliance. Provide documentation that will meets requirement and the codes. A documentation that will consist a requirement which will meet codes and standard. That is all compliance. And what is the risk mitigation? They identify issues early before they come costly problem. So through this ITP, you will also identify the risk of that work, which will not lead a big problem. So there will be early identification for that risk. So that is all about the ITP, I think. So creating an effective ITP. You know, the ITP preparation is the toughest one where you need to understand how you can prepare an ITP. Because this ITP, if it's approved, then only you can proceed and work at site. So how you can prepare a effective ITP for your project. The first one to two step is identify the work scopes. Okay, whenever you're preparing an ITP, there should be an what scope of that work. So first you need to identify what is your work of the scope, what are the things you will done at site from the beginning to end of the whole project. That whole scope you should understand for that particular ITP. ITP will for the mechanical, for the plumbing, for the electrical, for the firefighting, or many more systems. So you need to understand for any system, if you are going to do an ITP, you should understand what is your scope. So you have to review the project drawing, specification, all the tasks of MEP inspection requirement, confirm the scope with stakeholder. You need to, if there are chances to meet with the client consultant to discuss about the scope of work. If there is any discrepancy or there's a miscommunication between the stakeholders, so you can go there to try to confirm the scope is work of scope for that particular. Then after that, you will prepare the inspection point. You will break tasks into sequential stages, determine the whole point, witness point. So there's some points which is known as hold point, witness point, surveillance points. These points identify which for the contractor, for the client, for the consultant, what is their role. So from that role, you need to be mention their points. Their consultant will hold that one, witness that one, inspection that one. So that all things will come in the ITP when you prepare the scope everything. So that is all the inspection point, including incoming materials, everything. The next one is creating an effective step 3 and 5, 3 to 5. What are the steps? Then after that, once you understand the scope, once you decide the inspection plan, then the next step will come standard. What are the standards involved for that particular the system that you need to mention them. So you will follow this standard as per the specification, all the installation, testing, and commissioning as per this standard, all the material as per this standard. So you need to identify that. Then there will be roles and responsibility for that particular item. So you need to identify, okay, who are raising inspection, what is their role, and what is the inspection consultant role, what is their role, material checking, drawing approvals, drawing preparation, document controller, every responsibility you need to mention in that IDP. And what are the documents are required for that one. If suppose there is an inspection for the installation, then should be checklist for that form, inspection report, photos, certification. If there's a testing and commissioning, then for the particular equipment certification, test report, everything should be there. As you need to mention. Like example, I will tell you one example, which is very basic example. But if you guys are interested for a standard ISO standard ITP, if you want the format, please let me know. Or please comment in the section that you need an ITP which is very standard format, which is following everywhere in the world. Which is and I know no nowadays so many people, so many contractor, they are following a very basic standard for the ITP. But I want you to follow a standard ISO standard ITP. Whenever you will submit to the consultant or the client, they will happy to see that ITP. So I want you people to understand that one. So example for ductwork. If you are submitting any ITP for the ductwork, As you can see, inspection, there is an inspection point, standard, responsibility, documentation. As I told you, the stepwise, and there one more will come, which is inspection point, hold point, surveillance, inspection. That all will come. But this is a very basic to understand, just for understanding. So like for ductwork, what you will do first as a QAQC engineer, if you will do what you will do, take first you will say material verification. Once the material will come at site, and yes, if you don't know what is a material verification or material inspection, please go back and check my video. There is one a very mastering on the material inspection report, how you can tackle that one. So you can go there and check that video, and I will also, link it in the below section, so you can see that what is material verification. So coming back to the point, so there will be material inspection. The material verification should be specification, and yes, for ductwork should be MACNA. MACNA is a standard for the duct installation or duct manufacturing. Who is responsible? QAQC engineer. What are the documents required? Material certificate, MIR, inspection, many things are you can mention. Then after that, once the verification done, you will start duct installation. Duct joint installation should be SPECNA guideline. Who is responsibility to check that one? QAQC engineer. And what are the documents? He will check inspection or checklist. As I told you, there is a checklist for any inspection you have to do. And yes, there will be another video how you can prepare a checklist. And very soon I will be preparing that one, and you will be learning how you to do any inspection checklist for any work that has been done. Then hanger spacing as per project specification. QC engineer responsible to check that. How you can check through the visual inspection form. And they will testing commissioning. How you what strict commissioning you will do. You will do the air leakage test. So what standard you will follow is MACNA Class A, and you can mention your own as per your project specification, whatever is there. Who will be the responsibility to check that when QC engineer plus client representative. And what is the document you will attach? You will attach a test report, inspection, and so on and so on. So this is all about the ITP example. This is very specific, very the small example for the ITP. There's so many more as well. So how you will do the best practice for the ITP success? How you can implement a standard format for the ITP for your project? First things you should be a clear language. As I told you, you should know your project, your scope, and the requirements, right? So this is all a clear language. Then early approval, get client signed for the work payment. Yes. If any, as I told you, ITP should be prepared before any work has been started. So you should ensure that you'll get the sign and approved from the client. Regular updates, revise when it's okay. ITP, yes, there is a question asked somebody in the project that how this ITP or if suppose we already got an approval A status for the ITP, and do we can submit the ITP again if there is a requirement? But yes, if there is a scope change, you need to submit your ITP. You have to submit, and you need to modify that ITP based on your project. So that is all regular updates, which means you need to revise the ITP based on the recent change of your scope, and you need to get again you need to get the approval for that particular ITP. And yeah, nowadays there is so many apps, so many applications there which can track the ITP inspection. Many things are there for the quality management. So a digital access should be there, where you can make an ITP and it's able to see, and you are able to see the status when you are submitting inspection or ITP. You should know what is the update of that inspection, whether it's approved or still or not. So from there you can understand. So the next step is implementing your ITP. How you can implement your ITP? So how you can implement your ITP? The first step is monitors and result. Second is train your team, gain approvals, develop your ITP. First, you need to monitor your result. When the ITP has been prepared and approved, you need to check at side how the people are following. Are they compliance and improving themselves? If not, you need to train them. You have to give them understanding of the ITP and who are the roles and responsibility for that particular work. So you need to train them. Then you need to gain approval, secure the client and stakeholder sign off that on ITP. Whenever the ITP is prepared as per standard, you should take the sign off for that ITP in order to keep and for a record for that particular work. And develop your ITP, create a comprehensive planning for the five step. As we already know that five step we have already prepared. The five step we know that how to prepare. So through that method you can prepare a comprehensive or standard format for the ITP. Guys, thank you very much. I hope you understand for the ITP standards and how you can prepare your ITP and how you can implement in your project and how you can prepare a comprehensive and standard format for the ITP. Please and please do not follow the copy and paste ITP. You have to make your own ITP which is based on the ISO standard in order to understand clear to all the stakeholders. That is most important. I know so many projects or so many companies or contractors they are following the same basic standard which they have been following in the last 10, 20 years. So I want you to make your awareness about the ITP because this is a very important steps for the ITP to make and implement any project. So if you have any doubts, you can send me a message or you can comment in the below sections, and for sure I will reach out to you. And already I made an MEP QAQC Pro channel, your WhatsApp channel. You can join, and for that one I will also link it in the below section. For any doubt, we can discuss and we can chit chat there in order to make every QAQC engineer awareness and to let them success in their career. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.